Welcome back to the channel. Now the opposition is saying that while we see the Prime Minister overseas collecting his award of certification, it is almost impossible for inner city youth to further their education. The opposition also say while we hear changes and programs being implemented at a hard program, they are saying that when you look at the numbers, this was done to change the narrative and not actually change the lives of inner city youth or which to gain a skill or further the skill that they have gained at high school. Let me come here and they will continue reasoning. Look and listen.
When the Prime Minister says that since it has been done, we are at this particular level, it is something that one has to consider, and it is unfortunate that it was done in that way. But additionally, the Prime Minister goes on to say that there is a need for 26,000 spaces for young men who are desirous of a job and can't get a job. And in response to that, the Prime Minister says that he is going to do a program of seeking to attract those young persons. That program is to target 30,000 persons, 30 persons from 60 constituencies. So the Prime Minister says that there is a need for 26,000 persons, and his total target is 1,890. The total target, Senator Bunting, is 7% of what he says we need. Remember, every year another cohort is coming in. The cohort coming in of almost 2,300 is more than their training. Now, if you're training 1,890, is this only for 1 year? Because the proper intent must be to carry them to full skill. 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. So if it is 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, then this is a drop in the bucket. But it is being announced in a grand form to make the rest of us look at the other 22,000 and say, why you haven't taken up this initiative? When the only thing an MP can get from South Manchester is 30.
Don't worry about that. Continue.
The only thing an MP can get, I was a Central, but 30 can't save Central. You know? That for love.
Hot.
No, yeah. As a Crawford, we don't like it. But can you look into the reality and realize that they aren't seeking to change a nation? They are seeking to change a narrative that if you don't look at the numbers, you then say the youth are worthless. Why them don't take up the 500 spaces out of 300,000 for lift? Why they don't take up the 1,000 spaces out of 26,000 for the whatever he calls that? And then, boy, I mean, look a soldier them down there giving a 3,000 margin. There was one seat in Northwest St. Catherine, we call the candidate from the JLP, we call him Cashpot. He got nothing
focus,
over 36.
Senator Crawford. Focus, man. Focus.
I am focused. Cashpot is in the budget.
Focus, Senator Crawford.
Talk about focus.
No, don't forget that the Minister of Finance came here boasting that they have received much more revenue from gambling.
Yeah.
What type of a society are we building? And I don't even hear the church coming. The sin taxes should be used to change the sin.
Right.
Not to be used as a buttress.
Right.
And any principal will tell you gambling is a problem in schools now.
It is a real
Major problem.
real problem.
Symbol of hopelessness.
Now the people are also saying this is another example that points to the fact that the government seems to be out of touch. Clearly, that's the only way to put it. While being re-elected, landslide victory, the people were clearly in support of the government. Now, we see supporters that speak out We see some supporters that say, no, them people are not true supporters because they would not speak out. Keep in mind, in this day and age, because the people want a better Jamaica, it is no longer about which party your community votes for. It is no longer about which party your family them used to vote for. It's about the party that can do the best for the country. About the elected official who actually care about the people. Now, of course, Jamaica is a country where people support two different parties. So while there are people that say the opposition is right and the government is out of touch, the government, the MPs, the councillors, them, the people who have protests to get the attention of the government. We notice that. It seems to be the ongoing trend. If you want to get any attention from the government, you have to take to the streets. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that when you have councillors and MPs. The people must say only after something happens. We see elected officials that walk through communities. Only after something happens or during a campaign when they must seek support from the people within the constituency. And they must say, all right, group together and then talk to the people. And some people say the only time that when they see elected officials in the community, or as I say, if something happens, no, these things have to change. No, as I say, you still have people who are in support of the government. Some people will say, yo, the government has not been given long enough, or they're not in power long enough to really implement the changes that are really needed by the people, or the changes that the people have even not asked for. Some people say, how long will the wait be? Because under the first term, that's how people are point out. People are saying things how it said, are things that were said on the campaign trail. Seem so far from grasp now. Them I wonder if it was just a promise. Which the government has said no. Then they make promises, they make commitments. But the people are saying, is the government committed to the commitments that they have already made? Because all the government seem to talk about are the economy. And the downside to continuously talking about the economy is that you see when the average Jamaican, the people who are going to work day to day, when they hear of the great improvement to the economy and how much millions is being made and generated, when them not see it in their own bank account and them not have the money they spend for themselves, them are going to also say, then I want that people are benefit from the economy. Because the state that talk about it, it sounds like something major, something good happen. But come we not see it, them are going to say it feel like some people alone are see it. Now recent protests are the gathering that will take place in at the consulate in New York. Some people are saying people who are in support of the opposition. We don't know who them in support of. The truth is though, seeing that the government had heard about this planned gathering, some people believe that they never feel like a whole lot of people that show up. Some people say the media still try to downplay the amount of people that actually showed up. But the thing is, people actually show up. And that was the very same day that the Prime Minister was collecting his certification. No mention was made of it. Naturally, this was a separate event. This was more to do with, receiving a diploma and certification and speaking to the other students who were there in attendance, also collecting their diplomas as well. But, the opposition has said, while seeing that, it definitely been a stark contrast. If the state is truly so serious about education, seeing that the youth are the future, how it's still so hard for further education? Why is it that even at the high school level, the changes that were said to be implemented to make a better experience for students so we can have brighter minds graduating from high school, we still not see it? And the Ministry of Education, even in recent years or recent months, we not hear about millions missing. But I want the ministry where millions of dollars continue for missing from. How come? Now we have to be honest with ourselves and be honest as a people. Only for the things that should have been done while the PNP were in power, they never did it. Only for things where the current government said them would do and them should have do, them still not do it yet. But what the opposition is saying that the opposition is now under new leadership. The thing is, while the opposition had a run where they were leading the country for 18 years, it was a different prime minister. And some people still say things were better. While that is debatable, Meaning say, yo, you can say that while somebody else can say no, and you can point out that and they can point out that. The thing is, the PNP is now under new leadership. And with what on, the people are now, based on what the polls say, more in support of the opposition than ever. Remember, the government was re-elected with a landslide victory. So that means that all them have been doing since is their numbers have been going up within the polls. People are in support more now than ever. But talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, just a pass through, well, click the subscribe icon. Of course, then click the bell icon and put it on all. And this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. And tell a friend, tell them, sister and them, brother them. So check out the channel, check out the reasoning, and also join the discussion in the comment section. It won't be 24/7. It never lack it. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there, or we can continue the reasoning from the comment section. Now, a quick recap. The opposition is saying that the narrative or the initiatives being pushed at heart seem to be more geared towards changing the narrative as opposed to actually changing the lives of the students that either should be enrolled there or inner city youth who can get grants from MPs and councillors. Let me know what you think. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours. Live, love, and prosper. Want to stay tuned.